Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah.
Once upon a time ago, our story began. But before we go on, let's send salam, for the best way to begin any story or say anything is by sending salam on our greatest prophet. Let's say that together.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Prophet Muhammad returned to Mecca with his uncle Abu Talib. How old was he again at this time? He was 12 years old. Prophet Muhammad stayed in Mecca and grew up there with his uncle and cousins. But the people of Mecca at that time, which was a long time ago, used to worship idols. What does that mean? That means they used to make statues out of wood and rocks, and they used to say that these statues were their gods, like Allah. They used to pray to the statues and ask them for the things that they needed. Does that sound right to you? To pray to a statue and to ask a statue what you need? Do you think it is right for someone to tell a statue, "I'm sick, make me healthy again"? No, of course not. But they used to do that. And whenever anyone asked them, "Why are you praying to a statue?" they would say, "So that Allah, who is above, will love us." Does that sound right to you? No. Well, what is right? If we want Allah to love us, we have to worship Him alone. He's the only one who can answer our prayers and who does everything for us. So the people in Mecca used to worship the statues and do wrong things. They were not Muslims. They were kuffar. Prophet Muhammad, though, was different from them. He never worshipped any statue. He knew that a statue was made out of rocks and couldn't hear or talk or do anything. He knew that statues had no power and that what the kuffar were doing was wrong. He used to go out in the morning and take the sheep to graze. Then he would take the sheep back to their owners. At night, he would just sit down and think about everything. He would think about how Allah made this whole world, how He made all of us, and He made everything. He would think about how great Allah is and how strong, and how we should thank Allah for all the amazing things He has given us. Prophet Muhammad used to worship Allah just like how Prophet Ibrahim did. Prophet Ibrahim is the prophet who built the Kaaba. That means that Prophet Muhammad would pray to Allah, who is above the heavens, alone. He had nothing to do with the idols and statues that the kuffar in Mecca used to pray to. Prophet Muhammad grew up and he was now 25 years old. He had the best of manners. He helped people. He took care of his neighbors and his family. He helped those in need and those who were weak. And he always spoke the truth. He was very trustworthy. If someone in Mecca had a lot of money or gold and they needed a safe place to keep it, they would leave it with Prophet Muhammad. They knew he would take care of people's things and always return everything back to their owners. He had such excellent manners that everyone in Mecca loved him. They used to call him Al-Sadiq Al-Amin, the honest and trustworthy one. At this time in Mecca, there was a woman named Khadijah. She was one of the greatest women in Mecca. Everyone respected her. She was extremely kind, well-mannered, and beautiful. Khadija was also very rich. She heard about Prophet Muhammad and how he was called Al-Sadiq Al-Amin and was trustworthy. Khadija thought to herself, "This is the best person to work for me and help my money grow. I'll give Muhammad my money to buy and sell things in Al-Sham for me. That way I'll make more money." She talked to Prophet Muhammad and he agreed to work for her. He took her money and went to Al-Sham to do business there. When Prophet Muhammad came back from Al-Sham, he had a lot of money. He gave the money to Khadija. She was very happy. She was also very impressed with Prophet Muhammad's character. She knew he was truly very trustworthy. Not only had he given her back all the money she had given him, he had given her more. Khadija thought, "Muhammad is the best man for me to marry. He has the best of manners." And Prophet Muhammad knew that Khadija was one of the greatest ladies in Mecca. She had excellent manners and was kind and beautiful. He agreed to marry her. So Prophet Muhammad and Khadija made delicious food and invited lots of people and had their wedding. They were now married. They had children. They had Al-Qasim, Zainab, Ruqayya, Kulthum, Fatima, and Abdullah. Later on, when Prophet Muhammad was much older, he would be blessed with one more son, Ibrahim. So Prophet Muhammad had 3 sons in total. Sadly though, the boys Al-Qasim, Abdullah, and Ibrahim died when they were very young. But Prophet Muhammad and Khadija still had their girls, Zainab, Ruqayya, Kulthum, and Fatima. Prophet Muhammad continued to do good. He used to love to feed the poor and needy, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and whenever any guests came to visit him, he would generously bring them the best foods to eat. He had the kindest heart and the most excellent of manners. Prophet Muhammad was also very wise and smart. He was very peaceful too, and didn't like fighting. One year, the walls of the Kaaba were damaged by some floods. The people of Mecca began to rebuild the Kaaba, but then they started to fight. Everybody wanted the special honor of putting the black stone, Al-Hajar al-Aswad, back in its place in the Kaaba. Finally, one of the elders had an idea. He said that the first man who would walk in the gate the next morning should be the judge and decide who gets to put the stone back. Who do you think it was? It was Prophet Muhammad who walked in. They were so happy that it was him. When Prophet Muhammad heard the problem, he had a wonderful idea. He said that they could put the stone on a big blanket or cloth, and each leader from each tribe would hold a part of it and lift the stone up. Then Prophet Muhammad would put it in its place in the Kaaba. Everyone liked Prophet Muhammad's idea, and that is what they did. As Prophet Muhammad grew older, he liked to go to a cave called Hira. It was really far. He had to climb a mountain to reach it. But he liked to go there and sit and think about Allah. He would talk to Allah, make dua, and worship Him. He would thank Allah for all of His blessings. Khadija used to send Prophet Muhammad food for him. And when Prophet Muhammad was done worshipping Allah, he would go back home, happy and pleased. Until one day, when he turned 40 years old, he went to the cave of Hira to think about Allah by himself like he always did. And something happened. What do you think happened? Stay tuned for our next episode to find out. We leave you in the safety of Allah.